Morning, I hope you have a beautiful day. So let's have some tea. And today we're going to have a message from our stellar gateway, which is the second last chakra that I'm going to pull a message from. And this chakra is a meter above your head. So, and it's got 12 chambers or lessons to learn. And if you work with the light beings, you can also work with your Metatron to help you expand and grow your chakras. This specific chakra, and the color is golden orange. Archangel Metatron's color is also golden orange, and his dragons that he works with is golden orange. So when you really like to help people, birds, plants, insects, animals, you can always ask the dragons to pour their golden light into your aura. And that gets picked up by other people's higher selves, the birds, plants, animals. They will see it and come to you naturally. So, and what I also like to do, I always ask the golden orange dragon to help the light beings that are, working so hard with all these big catastrophes, like we had that earthquake in Burma, all the things happening all the way around the world. You ask the golden orange dragons to help the light workers who are cleaning up. There's so many people involved with the cleaning up process, so that they can help each and every one of them with the process. So let's get a card from a message from our stellar gateway. And I chose the Nature Whispers deck from Angela Hartfield and Josephine because it's such a beautiful deck, and it's got a lot of symbolism, and it's obviously nature. So nature, we are on Mother Earth, and it's such beautiful nature here that you can sit the whole day and just observe the beauty of it all, the beautiful creation of Mother Earth. Okay, so I'm shuffling the cards. I'm going to ask, Bruce is a wagtail of flying fiscal. We've got Sherlock the starling. We've got Bill the Cape Weaver. He's busy building a nest on top of my spaceship. They're going to have babies. We've got an amethyst sunbird. It's a black sunbird with a turquoise head top. And then the laughing doves is also here, and then Sammy, also a fiscal flycatcher, is here, like Bruce, and sparrows and little waxbills. I'm going to ask them to put their love and light on the cards. And we've also got mouse birds coming in. They've seen the banana, which they also want to have a little nibble on. So I fan the cards out. I'm going to draw one card. Let's see, what's our message from a stellar gateway for the collective? The renewal of peace. Ooh, and trust your own understanding. So I've pulled card number 13, which is normally the death card in tarot, but in this deck it's a little fairy who's just lying down resting with a frog and all the birds and animals and insects. Also a little mouse like Nim is surrounding this little human soul to take a rest. So okay, we'll do that. And then the next card is number 32, trust your own understanding. And you see she flies with a lot of butterflies in front of her, and she's looking down on an island. So this is like perfect for us for our stellar gateway, because as we tune in, and there's a lot of planets at the back of her. So it might say that it's a good idea for you to study a little bit of astrology. If I see all these planets in the cards, to figure out where you're at on your journey. The astrology helps us to navigate. It's one of the navigation tools. Like if you're on a boat, you have certain tools as where am I on the ocean? If you can't see land and don't know where to go, you have a compass, you've got time, you've got all sorts of tools that help you move to where you want to go. So it's the same here, but this is a higher perspective. So it's, and this is a cool from our stellar gateway, because Mars is normally connected to a peaceful warrior, is to accept challenges, obstacles, anything that comes your way which you think or perceive as obstacles, but it's really there just to help you not go through that experience again. So you go through it and you move on. You go through things and you move on. You learn from it. You take what resonates, the other stuff you pull off. And yes, we know that already, but in the card she's saying to take off your mask, because she's taking off her mask and she's looking at things, she's looking at this island and everything and the planets and her own self from a higher perspective, not with a mask on, not with the identity that you've created, like with all the experiences that you had, whether you've been in society, whether you lived on a farm, whatever it was, whatever you perceive, whatever you've seen on the TV, however people reacted to you, doesn't matter. So you've built up this personality or this, the way you think you are, but the card is suggesting that there might be aspects of yourself which you haven't met yet, which you haven't merged yet with. And the mask is she's just, and it's not a difficult process. If you look at the card, she's literally just taking the mask off. It's like when you go to these, I think in the olden days, like a century ago, didn't they have these balls where you just, like dancing balls, like where you go and dance and then you dress up, and they've got these masks that cover up their faces so that they can see who's where or be part of the whole play, I guess. So it's just one of those masks which it's not on your face and you have to really take it off, like it's going to take effort. It's just basically just lift it up and then look at your environment, look at your planets and astrology, look at your birth chart, and what I have done myself through experience is, years back I didn't know anything about astrology, so I just went to astrology cafe and I've checked out my birth chart and I started studying myself, and then I realized, listen, all these what we call darker aspects or just lower vibrational aspects in my chart was actually how I used to live my life, because I used to just accept it and live it 24/7, this lower vibrational darker aspects. But as soon as the astrology actually showed me this is what you were born with, this is would be the challenges that you're going to face, then I started only focusing on my positive attributes, which I've never even looked at. I didn't even know it existed because I looked at the astrology. So the resting card might mean not go physically rest, but take a step back for a couple of months, however long it takes you, and study yourself. Okay, take yourself, look at your birth chart and check, as I said, see where are all your positive aspects, and then you highlight that and you focus on it on a daily basis, and you start implementing practices that help you enhance those gifts and talents, which is actually just in your birth chart. And as you go along in your journey and you accept yourself who you are, you will also find, if you look at yourself like I did, and with my addictive personality, I'm just going to give an example, okay? Then I understood, why did I attract other people who are also very addictive? And then when I'm with them, it just gets like a mishmash of addiction, like too much of this and too much of this, and then at the end of the day 5 years has passed and you're still nowhere, you're still at the same space because you're all in the same lower frequency. So then I sort of realized, listen, I need to work on myself. If I want to up the ante on my life and maybe attract different kind of people to high vibration, which is really people who've done the work on a daily basis, and it is a continuous work up till when, but you can just start by understanding yourself better through astrology. So this is really what it is. So take some time, is what your stellar gateway is suggesting, maybe perhaps Archangel Metatron too, and do the necessary after hour, whenever you've got time, work on yourself to really go and check out your positive attributes. And as you develop those, you'll see there will be other aspects that comes in. New people come in. People start giving you advice out of the blue. You'll meet someone out of the blue. And it's like a completely new world opening up. Instead of waiting for someone to show you the way, perhaps, which I've also done in the past, you know, like that Pink Floyd song Time, where he sings, I think he sings like 10 years have gone by, but you're still at the same place. You haven't started yet because you're waiting for someone or something to show you the way. So it's exactly that. So take charge. It's now Pluto and Aquarius, so we don't have excuses anymore. You know, things are transparent. You can use, there are a billion tools that you can use to study about yourself and what you really want to do. And this is exactly what the Stellar Gateway is saying. Perhaps you've already been doing it. It says it's amazing. Maybe also the resting cards can suggest maybe you've done all the work. Now it's just like a period. It's the number is 13, but it could be 13 months, 13 weeks, 13 days. But you take a resting period where you integrate the stuff, because we learn and we apply and we practice and all that. And then there comes a period where nothing really happens, is because so that you can integrate everything into every cell in your being, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, your whole being, so that you can start living everything that you've learned on a daily basis, and you start, you know, just merging with it, just becoming. It's like the book from Dr. Joe Dispenza, which he's written more than 10 years ago, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. And you can change it over and over, because we all have habits. And that's exactly what I'm saying with the mask, is you have this habit. I also have habits which I need to look at. It's a habit about being a version of yourself, which is now come to an end. So now take the mask off and be honest and let go of the aspects that you see in others that you don't like, because it's not the other person, it's actually aspects of yourself that you don't really like. So heal those aspects, work with the light beings, your spirit team, work with yourself, and just go and study about yourself, because you have you, it's your life. And get rid of everything, the masks about everything. Just look at all that you do, you see from a higher perspective. Take off the mask, see it for what it is. If it doesn't resonate, let it go. And bring in something new that your cells bristle and it makes you feel amazing. Okay, so that's a beautiful message. I like it. It's a little bit longer, but it is necessary because I pulled 2 cards. I only wanted 1. So tomorrow, and also from the Stellar Gateway, you start, once you learn about spirituality and you start, you know, doing little practices here and there, you start building your Antakarana bridge. So that's from the Stellar Gateway. So tomorrow I'm going to do the solar junction. It's a beautiful, the last chakra, which is a crystal clear connection with your 12th dimensional, high frequency, non-physical self. So I hope you have a beautiful day, and until tomorrow, bye.